You got time? We might go up the street, go to pizza spot or burger spot, one of the two.
No,
What? Come on now. You know we ain't dealing with no pork. It's all good though.
I know that.
But we can let's read that and then give me the last one. Give me this last. Give me this.
Hey, brother, I really would like you to end on something, if you don't mind. I would like you to end on. This is what put me over here.
Oh, the image right there.
I want you to end on the 666, the image, and what you believe the Antichrist is.
Well, the Bible says, give me 1 John 2 and like 22.
So see,
The 666, give me Revelation.
We definitely in these last days, and that needs to be heard.
Absolutely, absolutely.
That needs to be heard. Israel and Palestine ain't fighting for no reason, bro.
You're right. Ukraine and Russia ain't fighting for no reason either.
Hey, and
That's Ezekiel 38.
Taiwan is not about to be invaded for no reason.
Yeah, Iran, Ethiopia.
The Most High God is putting His Spirit on all these nations right now. We also got the. I'm gonna share something with you on that, but we also got to understand this too, that the Bible says not only wars but rumors of wars.
Absolutely.
Some of it is just rumors, but a lot of it is going to be wars.
Yeah.
Now, brother, when you just said God is doing what with His Spirit?
He's putting a spirit. He pretty much got certain angels assigned to certain rulers of the earth. Like he's literally having spirits upon these.
I believe
upon these nations.
I believe it's the when the scriptures talks about and God is releasing the four winds of strife.
But that's not going to happen yet. That's not going to happen yet, though.
But I believe.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to read earlier.
I believe it's slowly being released.
Well, no. Well, we can get that first. Get that first real quick, because that's separate, and that's what I actually was trying to tie into the salvation aspect. Because Christ says what? Time's going to be shortened for the elect's sake, right?
Oh yeah.
Who's the elect?
The elect are the 144.
The Israelites, right? So until the elect gets sealed, the four winds aren't going to be released. So that's what it says here. Read that.
Revelation 7.
I believe they won't be totally released.
Well, no,
but
we're going to read the text.
I believe. Let's read the text.
Let's read the text.
Go ahead.
Read that.
Revelation 7:1. And after these things I saw four angels standing on the four corners of the earth, holding the four winds of the earth.
So the angels are holding the four winds of the earth. Read.
That the wind should not blow up on the earth, nor on the sea, nor on any tree. And
It's not going to be blowing on anything. Read.
And I saw another angel ascending from the east, having the seal of the living God, and he cried with a loud voice to the four angels to whom it was given to hurt the earth and the sea.
Read.
Saying, hurt not the earth.
Hurt not the earth. Don't release the winds yet. Read.
Neither the sea, neither the trees,
Until when?
till we have sealed the servants of our God on their foreheads.
So the elect had to be sealed. 144,000 had to be sealed before the destruction comes. And that's what we're here to do. We believe the 12 tribes of Israel had to be, or the 12,000 of the 12 tribes had to be sealed before this occurs. So all of us in the midst of Ukraine, Russia, and Palestine, and Israel, in the midst of that, the elect are being sealed wherever they are on the earth. So until that occurs, that's not going to happen. That's what we just read that verbatim. But to get back to what you asked about, you already know Christ is black. So give me 1 John 2. Is that what I want? Yeah, give me that. And then you said something about the mark of the beast. Give me Revelation.
This is first John chapter 2, verse 22. Who is a liar but he that denieth that Jesus is the Christ? He is Antichrist.
He's an Antichrist. Read.
That denieth the Father and the Son.
Read on.
Verse 23. Whosoever denieth the Son, the same hath not the Father.
Read.
But he that acknowledgeth the Son hath the Father also. Let that therefore abide in you, which ye have heard from the beginning.
Read.
If that which ye have heard from the beginning shall remain in you, ye also shall continue in the Son and in the Father.
So basically, what we believe, there's not just one Antichrist. We believe whoever doesn't believe in Jesus came and died, they're Antichrist. Because Christianity most Christianity teaches that there's one Antichrist going to come. We don't believe in that. We believe.
But is it the spirit of the Antichrist and the Antichrist?
Well,
because they speak about the spirit of the Antichrist, and many are going to have the spirit of the Antichrist. But doesn't the scripture say that the Antichrist is a man and his name is?
You talking about 1 Thessalonians or what?
And the number is 666.
Well, no, that didn't say that in Revelation. That didn't say that there. Where you at? Oh, that's a little bit above. So, like, yeah, give me 1 John 2 and 18. No, he's already there. Where you at? You at 1 John still? 2 and 18. Started 18. Give me that in Revelation. Hold that in Revelation. Because it didn't say that in Revelation. Read.
1 John 2 and 18. Little children, it is the last time, and as ye have heard, that Antichrist shall come.
Antichrist shall come, read.
Even now are there many Antichrists.
Many Antichrists, even at John's time, because people didn't believe in Christ. That's all it's referencing. If the spirit of Antichrist, I can agree to say the people that already don't believe are influencing other people that don't believe. Hey, man, the spirit bear witness, brother. Give me that revelation.
Let me let her know I'm still here.
Yeah. We're gonna close out in a little bit since I'm gonna answer this last question.
Amen.
So what do you believe the mark of the beast is?
Now, this we might be way off on different.
I just want to know.
We may be way off on different beliefs on this. I believe the Antichrist is the papacy.
Oh, Rome.
We've
heard that before.
I believe the Antichrist is the papacy, and I believe, like, for me, I believe the mark of the beast is going to be Sunday worship.
Well, have you ever worshiped on Sunday?
I don't mean did I ever worship on Sunday. I mean Sunday as the Sabbath. They're teaching.
Well, have you
Sunday
ever
is the
practiced the Sabbath on Sunday?
Sabbath. No, I've always been a Sabbath keeper.
So you believe it's just a Sabbath on Sunday, not just worshiping on Sunday?
I believe this. I believe the Sabbath is Friday sunset to Saturday sunset. I don't believe it.
Well, we don't believe that, but that's fine. No, we don't believe that.
Why?
We believe
Because first of all, the Hebrew calendar, there's no Friday, Saturday in the Bible. Secondly, Friday and Saturday is not in the Bible.
First day, second day, third day, fourth day, fifth day, sixth day, seventh day.
But how do you know?
Do you believe in those days?
I mean, in today's time, of course, I have to.
No,
But
it's not about today's
Hebraically,
time. In the Bible, do you believe first day to seventh day? God created on the
sure,
first day and
yeah.
all the way to the seventh day.
Sure.
So on the seventh day he rested from all his work, and he called the seventh day the Sabbath.
Okay, well, show me where it's Saturday in the Bible.
He called the seventh day the Sabbath.
Great.
Right?
Show me where that's Saturday is.
Okay, can I keep going?
Go ahead.
He called the seventh day the Sabbath, right?
Uh-huh.
He called it Sabbath rest. You're always telling me about Hebrew. What does Sabbath mean in Hebrew?
It means a complete cease or
Yeah, cease.
It means seven.
No, it doesn't.
It also it don't. S-A-B-B-O-T-H.
Sabbath?
S-A-B-B.
You're talking about Hebrew, right?
Yeah.
Go to the Hebrew.
Yeah.
'Cause this, sir, I'm gonna be real with you. You're trying to equivalate Hebrew context to other English words.
Oh my goodness.
That's ridiculous.
Okay, I mean.
And that's not how the Hebrews kept the Sabbath anyway.
How did they keep the Sabbath?
They kept it by the new moon, the lunar calendar, which is what we do.
They kept the Sabbath by the new.
The new moon represents the started. Sir, you say you read the Bible, right?
Listen, brother, the Sabbath.
I'm just confirming.
Hold on, the Sabbath was instituted at creation.
No, not for men. No.
Go to Genesis 1.
We're gonna get there in a second. Give me Genesis 1 and 14. What the hell? Who is that?
It's the spirit of Satan, man.
Okay, I guess that's
Well, they do
somebody's
what
phone.
They do what you do.
That's crazy. Brother's bugged out. But anyways, where you at? Yeah, give me the Hebrew word for Sabbath real quick, and then give me Genesis 1 and 14, because we kind of got away from the Antichrist and that. But just a long story short.
Let's get away from the Sabbath. Let's go back to the
Well, it's not that hard.
Sabbath did just end because we go by like the new moon. The new moon determines the month, right? And we see that in the Bible, right? The new moon.
He doesn't believe that. We can read it. We don't get to that. But he doesn't want to skip the the Rome is the papacy and the Antichrist and that.
No. You asked me a question, so I was answering.
I don't know how we got on the Sabbath though. That's kind of. Well, you referenced it. You referenced it. Yeah, you're right. You said the mark of the beast is Sunday worship.
Yeah.
So yeah.
And yeah, you asked me, and that's my answer.
I was saying, how do we get on that? But you're right. I remember that now. So give me Revelation 13 and 16. So I just want to understand first before I read. So the Antichrist is whoever's in Rome at charge, which is the Pope. We don't agree with that, fine. But you're saying the mark of the beast is...
I believe it's a system, not just him himself.
The system. Well, I mean, sure. We believe... Well, that's the thing, though. It doesn't say anything about the Antichrist in Revelation, though. It doesn't even mention that word in Revelation at all. Like, there's not even one word of Antichrist, even in the English translation, it doesn't mention it there. But like I said, I've heard the breakdown that Christians give. I just don't agree with it. But we can read it. Give me Revelation 13. Matter of fact, we can read most of the context there because that's where they get it from. And the mark of the beast is Sunday worship or Sabbath on Sunday. That doesn't really add up with the text, so we're gonna read that as well. Give me Revelation 13.
Revelation 13 and 6.
Start at. We might have to go deep into this because this is a lot. This is a lot. I ain't gonna lie. This is deep.
Have you ever heard the terminology vicarious filii dei?
Vicarious. Vicarious sounds familiar, but
means filii means son. Vicarious means like living through or like second.
Yeah.
Second.
Well,
vicarious filii dei. Damn, it sounds
vicarious filii dei used to be on the hat that the papacy used to wear. And
he's a vicar of God, right?
Yes, he says he's the vicar of God, the Son of God.
The vicar of God, Son of God.
And so they used to wear it on their, what you might want to call a niter, but they used to wear it on their papal hat. And it used to be written across the papal hat. Like people started asking what it means. And they would tell you, Vicar, the Son of God. Worship him as the Son of God. So, but it's
worship
written,
the Pope.
Yes, but it's written in
Latin.
It's written in Latin. So when people started adding up the writings, because the writings are numeral letters.
Yeah.
When they started adding up the writings, Vicar, the Son of God, vicarious filii dei, adds up to 666.
I mean, that gematria, it might work out on the gematria, but Revelation, especially...
I'm just telling you,
yeah.
I'm just giving you an understanding
great.
of,
Cool.
you asked me mine.
Yeah.
And I think I've heard about that too.
Yeah, people say that.
But there's so many...
So is that Babylon though? Rome is Babylon, the Great? Mystery Babylon?
I agree. I believe Rome is the harlot.
Rome is the harlot, yeah. We've heard that. That's not something we haven't heard before, but we don't agree. But like I said, we can break it down for ourselves and see how you take it because there's
Hey, listen. Finish that, and we got.
I know. This might go a little deeper than what we want. Damn. See, we're gonna have to go with a lot because, like I said, it's gonna be a lot of conjecture for the most part because it's a lot. But let's just go into it. Go ahead.
Revelation 13 and 11. And I beheld another beast come up out of the earth, and he had two horns like a lamb, and he spake as a dragon, and he exercised all the power of the first beast.
You familiar with this chapter?
Yeah, I'm very familiar. That's
So who's the first beast then? Who's the first beast in this chapter?
Who is the first beast?
Yeah. Because the beast represents a nation,
yes.
right?
Go ahead and read again.
So, well, that's what I'm saying. We skipped the first beast though, because I want to get to the mark of the beast, which is what you asked about. But I'm just trying to skip that based on what
you talking about from the Daniel prophecies? Because from Daniel prophecies, we start with Media Persia.
Of course, but this is a correlation in Revelation where it's talking about Rome, right?
Okay.
So the first beast is Rome, right?
Okay.
Great. That's all I wanted to say because the second beast is an extension of Rome, which is what I wanted to ask you. But I don't want to go back all the way to the start of the chapter to break it down that way. Because I want to start here to get to the context of the mark of the beast. Go ahead.
And I beheld another beast come up from out of the earth, and he had two horns like a lamb, and he spake as a dragon, and he exercised all the power of the first beast before him, and causes the earth and them which dwell therein to worship the first beast, whose deadly wound was healed.
So, in this context, we believe the first beast was Rome. The revised Roman Empire is America. That's what we believe. You want to know why we believe that? First of all, just the
There is a theological point of view that believes that the beast that comes up is America pointing back to the papacy, but there's also a belief that the second beast was when papacy was hurt, and
when Rome fell.
And Constantine took them threw the Pope in jail, you know, and then the papacy in the Catholic Church was wounded, but then it revamped itself and came back up.
When?
And this is now I give you the.
Constantine was before that, though.
Yeah, he locked up the
Oh,
Pope.
you didn't know that? Threw him in jail. Look it up.
But he started the Catholic Church, though. So how?
He didn't start the Catholic Church.
He started Catholicism.
No, listen, look up.
He made it into a national
Religion,
religion.
yeah.
You understand that?
He started sun. He's where you get sun worship from.
Yeah, he basically included paganism into the Bible per se.
And then the Pope in Rome was really, I went into this like I was reading it, that there was 5 patriarchs of the church. They didn't want to make him a patriarch, he was the bishop of Rome. He wasn't Pope yet. The very first Pope he was a bishop that called himself Pope, which means Papa in Latin, which means father, right? So the 5 patriarchs of the Greek church, right, didn't want to give him the level of patriarch. So he made himself Pope. And all he was the Archbishop of Rome, the very first Pope. That's all he was. And he made himself Pope. So this was during the schism of the East and West, the Eastern and the Western Church. This was a long time ago, right? So that's how the Roman Catholic Church started, not the Catholic Church which is Constantine's creation. You know what I'm saying? So it can't really be talking about the Roman Catholic Church in this sense right here.
Yeah, the deadly wound that was healed, which is what we said earlier, is when Rome fell, around what, 400 AD, 400 AD? Because Constantine was before that, but after that, Rome fell because they spread too thin. They had military everywhere, just kind of how America's doing. Militaries all over the world, all that type of stuff. It's correlating perfectly. And like I said, the other point I wanted to make is when you look at the architecture of Rome, what's over there in Washington, D.C.? I grew up in D.C. There's all type of Roman architecture right over there. Where'd they get that from? They got it from, because they're the same people. They're the same people. But read that.
And he exercises all the
Which is why the law in America is written in what? What's the law written in America? Latin.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I mean, we don't have no disagreements here.
That's what we believe Mystery Babylon is America, not Rome.
And like even the whole government that it's made, like they got a Senate, you know what I'm saying? Just like the Roman.
But I believe they are a part of the Roman.
America.
Yeah, I believe they're a part of, like, look at Biden. As soon as Biden got, dang near every president, what's the first thing they go do?
Go to
they
Israel?
Go kiss the ring.
They go to Israel.
Yeah. And they go to the papacy and kiss the ring.
Well, I think that's more of a ritual thing. I don't think that's like, they're not Catholic. They're not Catholic at all. They just do it because...
Biden is Catholic.
Is he?
He's Catholic.
I'm talking about most of the presidents, though.
Like the very first open, like Catholic president was JFK.
JFK,
like,
yeah,
like,
JFK.
like, okay, here we go.
Yeah, go ahead.
And he exercises all the power of the first beast before him, and causes the earth and them that which dwell therein to worship the first beast, whose deadly wound was healed. And he doth great wonders, so that he maketh fire come down from heaven on the earth in the sight of men.
So when we break this down from our perspective, we know, well, this is American history. We believe this is talking about America. So when did America cause fire to rain down from heaven? In the First World War.
We're talking about
Hiroshima and Nagasaki.
Second World War.
Second World War, the Second World War. When did Rome do that? Rome, there's nothing in history where Rome did that. This is talking about America when they dropped them bombs on Japan.
They literally dropped 2 sons on Japan.
Exactly.
And then you have where from the belief perspective of prophecy, it was when they talked of things to change times and laws.
Yeah, that's in Daniel 7 and 25.
And you know, the papacy is known for one of the things they think to change in time and laws was, if you look at how they do the 10 Commandments, they have 10 commandments, but the 4th commandment is taken out.
You talking about over there in Rome? In
the
Catholic Church or just?
Yeah.
Okay.
There's 10 commandments, but the 4th is taken out, and then they split.
They split
They split 2 into 1. I mean, they split 1 into 2 to get the 10 commandments, but they've taken completely out the 4th
Understand.
commandment. All right.
Okay. But in reference to this breakdown, we gave our understanding. What would you say your understanding is on this particular verse? How it ties into Rome and the papacy, if that's the case?
Because believe that the deadly wound that was healed and the 10 horns were the 10 kingdoms.
Of course.
And of the 10 kingdoms, the Oshtagosh, the Vishua, all of the kingdoms that fell, one kingdom came up. That was the Rome. And when Rome came up, Rome existed already.
Rome existed already.
The papacy came up. That was that deadly horn that was healed. Because remember, she fell. She was no longer relevant. You know, there was no longer the papacy.
And that's what I'm asking you. When did it happen? I asked you that earlier. When did that happen?
Time-wise,
Because it's just a church right now. Obviously, we believe they have power. We believe they have power.
I don't have my timeline in my head, but I want to say it's
1200 AD or 1400 AD.
Let me not give you a time so I don't give it wrong.
Not a problem. Not a problem.
But I will give you the time. But in the time that she came back, she started speaking deadly things against the Word of God and against the Sabbath and against the truth and against the commandments. And
Of course, we know the Catholic Church is corrupted.
Even with the institution of priests can't marry and things
Yeah,
like
that's
that.
commandments of men. Yeah.
Yeah. So.
But the next verse though, it says it caused fire to rain out from heaven. How does that apply to them?
The fire that rained down from heaven, I don't have the exact.
Yeah, you don't have to give an answer if you don't have it.
I have it. I don't have the exact quote for you. So let me get it and then I will give it to you.
You believe it's history though, at least?
Exactly. Yes.
It's not a biblical precept, right?
I believe
it's just history.
I believe it's also historic and biblical.
Well, yeah, we're reading the Bible, but I'm saying, can you go to another precept to prove what you would say? Huh?
Daniel and Revelation are the only 2 precepts that I can go to prove that. But
well,
I will bring it for you Saturday.
Daniel talks about the 10 toes, which is what you were referencing earlier.
But
we don't believe it's talking about
10 toes, but the 10 horns too.
I know, but I'm only referencing the fire coming out from heaven. We can't see a precept on that in Daniel.
Okay.
But that's not a problem. That's not the main point. I just want to get what you thought about that. If you don't have it, that's fine.
I don't want to expound on something.
Yeah, you don't have to. You don't want to be a false prophet or
No.
add to the word. So we're just giving our breakdown. This is what we were taught. I can actually send you a video if you text me like later on. We can send you a video on it.
You up?
Yeah, definitely.
And deceiveth them that dwell on the earth by the means of these miracles.
Yeah, it was a miracle for them to drop the first atomic bomb. Like, what the heck? Everybody had to fall back from America. Like, oh, they're powerful over there. We can't mess with them.
They made a weapon out of something that you can't even see. Dude. Atoms, like real.
That was the
It's
miracle.
crazy.
That was the miracle that happened that caused the whole world to stand back. Like, oh yeah, these guys are the most powerful in the world. Go ahead.
By the earth, by means of those miracles which he had power to do in the sight of the beast, saying to them that dwell on the earth, that they should make an image to the beast,
The image to the beast, read.
which had the wound by a sword and did live. And he had power to give life unto the image of the beast.
We believe the image of the beast is right here. That's the image of the beast. White supremacy. Because that's what conquered the whole world, right? Get down and lay down. This is Jesus. This is God. We're oppressing you. And if you don't want to get in with the program, we're gonna kill you. So what happens after that? The first, like how the generation died in the wilderness, They want to get on with God and obey God, be rebellious. Kind of how they treated the indigenous of America, how they treated the quote-unquote slaves that came from Africa. Get that? Hold on, turn that on. So that's what we believe it is. The image of the beast is representing the doctrine that they push, the information that they try to get other people to cradle under. You know what I mean? Talking about. So. So the image of the beast is what they created in 1492 when Christopher Columbus got commissioned by the Catholic Church, because you know Christopher Columbus was a quote unquote they said he was a Jewish person, but either way he was commissioned by Spaniards who were in Catholicism to come up to the America and conquered under the papal bull. If you weren't a Christian, we had the right to take your land and conquer you. That's what they told Christopher Columbus. So of course, what he come with? This image. That's why most people believe in white Jesus right now. And of course, people believe that's the image of God. God is white. Guess what? I can't even go against these white people no more. And that's what you referenced at the start of your testimony, right? The start of your testimony was like, I was mad at white men and things like that. We're still mad at the white man.
Right.
You know why? Because God's mad at them. And he's going to judge them according to this.
Right.
And that's why I believe America's Babylon, because that's what they did to the children of Israel, who we believe we are. But keep reading.
That the image of the beast should both speak and cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed.
Yeah, so if you don't want to bow to white Jesus or your slave master, guess what? You got to die. You can't read in slavery. You can't teach your children slavery. Just work for free, and we're going to teach you the gospel. We're going to give you a slave Bible. He has a slave Bible, actually. We should. You got to read it next time.
Yeah, I'll
come
bring it
here
next
week. Bring the slave Bible to the brother. We can show him what was in the slave Bible, and that's what they taught us in slavery. The same when they went to Mexico and the Aztec and the Mayans and the Incas. They told them about white Christ. That's why most bro.
They didn't even give us one. They didn't even give us one. They will read whatever the hell they wanted to read to us, bro.
A lot of Hispanics believe in white Jesus. And they don't like us because we had that picture out there in this picture, which is, you know, whatever the case may be. God ain't opened eyes to them, but go ahead.
And he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in the right hand and on their foreheads.
So this is what we call the mark of the beast. We believe the mark of the beast is what's called the RFID chip. The mark of the beast. The chip, you know, you're talking about putting it in your hand and your forehead. We believe it's physical. We're going to go into the Greek real quick and prove it. But that's what we believe. I believe you said something about Sunday worship or Sunday Sabbath. This doesn't reflect that, even in the English, but let's go to the Greek real quick.
This is the Greek word G58 and 5480, charagma, a stamp, an imprinted mark. Of the mark stamped on the forehead or on the right hand as a badge of the followers of the Antichrist, the mark branded upon horses, things carved, sculpture, graven work of idolatrous images. Strong's concordance or Strong's definition: a scratch or an etching, a stamp as a badge of servitude or sculptured figured or graven image. The root word for the charagma is karax, a pale or stake, a palisade or a rampart, pales between which the earth and stone, trees and timbers are heaped and packed together. The important part right here is a pale, something that impales.
So that's basically what we think the mark of the beast is. Something that has to be, because I'm pretty sure you've seen videos of it, where people go to the thing and put their hand down and inject it right here.
Get in a hand,
and I can open the door, swipe at the grocery store. And you see it all across. You go to Whole Foods or any other store, they have, you can put your hand down there and swipe now. Yeah, they're making cards like that. It's all, you can open your door that way, a bank account, all that type of stuff. Everything's stored in your chip. But guess what? That's how you're going to know if you're serving on the other side of the fence, not God. If you're serving the Satan and his minions, who we believe, in our opinion, is the white man, who the devil the Bible speaks of. Because we know Christ said the devil steals, kills, and destroys. Who stole and killed and destroyed more than the white man on the earth? That's the devil the Bible speaks of. But that's what we believe. You don't have to believe that, but that's what we believe. But the mark of the beast is the RFID chip based on what we see in the Greek. Go ahead.
And that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name.
So you said something about the 666, but so basically, if we go off of the premise that you referenced, Sunday worship or Sunday service, how are you gonna know whether you can buy or sell if they go to church on Sunday or believe the Sabbath Sunday or something?
What do you mean? How are you going to know?
So
It's going to be a national law.
So you have to go to Sunday church.
Yeah, we believe Sunday worship is going to become a national law.
And if you can't buy or sell without doing that.
Unless you're a member of, we believe.
So we're supposed to take like a tally or something, or how's it going to be regulated though?
I mean, I don't know facts. I don't know systematically how it's going to be regulated, but it's going to be regulated. It's going to be, it's going to become a national law. But I think that a lot of it has to do with how they institute martial law. You know, how they did it with COVID. You know, lock everything down and control everything.
They're creating 15-minute cities. Have you heard that before? 15-minute cities?
Yeah.
That's, I believe that might another way, but I believe that's all going to be technological though. And that's why we believe it's going to be the chip, because you can track people by the chip. They can stop people from buying and selling just by turning off their chip if you don't, want to get down with the program, or if you don't have it per se. So
because it has to be a mark. It has to be something physical. Because say you're you're selling provisions that my family may need at that time or whatever. How are you going to be sure that if I have that mark or not, if it's not physical? Do you understand what I'm saying?
Well, based on the National Sunday Law, those who are going to worship on Sunday, there's a book called National Sunday Law. I don't know if you have ever heard of it.
I never heard of it before.
But if you get a chance, read, look it up.
That's in reference to what you're talking about?
Yeah.
Okay.
If you get a chance, research the book called National Sunday Law.
Okay.
And it identifies better than I can how all of that will be instituted.
When did that? I mean, we can look it up. It's not a problem. I just want to see when it was written, though. When was it written?
But Jan Markuson, yes.
What year did that come out? But yeah, that's what we believe, brother. The mark of the beast is the RFID chip. Where they can literally regulate if you buy or sell or not. Buy if you have it. You know what I mean? But
1983.
83. Not too long ago. Give me Revelation 14 and 9 real quick, because this is what I asked you earlier. But you probably don't remember. But I asked you in reference to the Sunday aspect. So, and you don't believe it's here yet, obviously, right? The mandate's not here.
No.
Okay. But people still go on Sundays today, right? So, would you say that people have the mark of the beast now if you go on Sunday?
I don't believe. I believe that they don't understand that it is the mark of the beast.
But do they have it though? Do they have it since they're participating, but not unbeknownst to them or not?
Have you ever done, for example, Sunday worship or Sunday?
I asked him that earlier. He said no.
I don't go to church on Sunday. I mean, have you ever?
He said no.
Not as my faith. I had someone invite me to a church on Sunday before, and I went to see what they, because it was more of, okay, I'll go to church with you. I need you to go to church with me Saturday, kind of exchange. I mean, I've done that, but for me to worship on Sunday, no, I've never worshiped on Sunday.
Okay, so that's what I asked you. Do you believe the people that are doing it now have the mark of the beast?
Those who know, and what I mean by that, like the papacy, like the priests, like the bishops, like the cardinals, yeah, I believe they do because they know.
So people that don't know,
no, they don't have it yet.
Okay, give me Revelation 14 and 9.
And if you read the National Sunday Law, you will it'll explain more to you.
Is it a law in Rome?
Huh?
Is it a law in Rome since they know? I mean, you're saying they know, but is that a law in Rome though? Because Rome is small.
It's in their books. The law is in their books. They haven't instituted it on the world yet. But the law.
So you're saying that the people in charge do it, but the people that participate don't know. So, in a sense, it wouldn't be counted against them. Is that what you're trying?
Well,
Would you say that?
I'm saying when it becomes law.
Well, no. Are you? This is the main point I'm trying to get. If people are doing it today, obviously, people go to Sunday. That's the common theme. Are you saying is that going to be counted against them, regardless if they know or not?
I think it matters if they know or not.
That's what I'm saying. So if they don't know, it's not counted against them. if they go on Sunday, if they're worshiping still.
No.
So the simple fact of worshiping on Sunday doesn't mean they have the mark of the beast. If they know it, means they have the mark of the beast.
Until it becomes a law.
So is that a sin?
It's what a sin.
Worshiping on Sunday.
I believe it is.
So they're sinning right now, right?
Yeah.
But they don't have the mark of the beast.
I believe that.
But the people that do it don't have the mark of the beast.
People that do it would not know it.
Those who don't know don't have them. Those who know, yes. You see what I'm
Interesting.
First-
See, that's what I'm trying to understand
If
because
you-
it
if
doesn't
you-
really make sense because if they're
you
doing it,
know-
they're in sin regardless.
If you know something to be wrong, right, and you choose to do it, then you're marked by it.
Okay.
If you don't know something is wrong, you're not marked by it until you know it's wrong, and then you have a choice to either do it or not.
What if they never find out?
They will, because it's going to become a national law.
Well,
You gotta read
that's
the
the
National Sunday
that's the crux of what I'm trying to get. Because I'm gonna read this because, matter of fact, it's in this context. It's in this context. Go ahead.
This is Revelation chapter 14, verse 9. And the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, if any man worship the beast
Any man worship the beast? Read.
and his image, and receive his mark in his forehead or in his hand, the same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of God,
Read on.
which is poured with poured. I can't see because
Where you at? Oh, my bad.
which is of his indignation, and he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone, in the presence of the holy angels and in the presence of the Lamb.
Yeah, so that's why I was trying to understand your concept of if they're doing it unbeknownst to them, knowing if it's the mark of the beast or not, is it going to be counted against them? Because this is saying if you have the mark of the beast, or if you worship the beast, worship his image, which we believe is all not really coincided together because we believe the doctrine is the image, and then the mark is a chip. You're saying the mark is Sunday mandate worship, and you're doing it purposefully, you're going to die in the lake of fire. That's what this is saying. So that's why I asked you earlier, if they're doing it now, is it going to count against them?
And that's why I stated to you.
Yeah, I understand what you're saying. So it's not counted against them unless they know.
Yeah.
Okay.
But
it's still a
everyone-
sin though.
But yes, but everyone will know because it's going to become a mandate.
Okay. Well, like I said, we don't agree with that, but we understand what you're saying. I understand what you're saying, brother. But that's what's going to happen to them. If they take it to mark, if they don't take the mark, obviously, you know, they have a better chance of salvation, and we got to endure it to the end. You have something? But that's our understanding, brother, of that particular information.
And you know, I mean, there was a time that I believe the mark would come through the RFID chip thing, but I don't know if that's going to be
A mandate?
I don't know if it's going to be.
That's the only way you're going to tell somebody's
I mean,
with the program,
and like I said,
They're trying to
like I
collapse
said,
physical money right now.
I mean, that might change. I don't know, but as of right now, no.
Okay. Well, hey. Like
And I don't
said.
mean change as far as my beliefs. I mean change that they're going to make.
Yeah,
this.
exactly. Yeah, exactly. Because it's big overseas in Europe, though. They have it in Europe.
In the Netherlands,
Yeah. Yeah, it's big over there.
It's big in China. It's huge in
Yeah.
China. It's huge in China. They use their hands or their phones for everything. I mean,
Yeah.
China even got it now to where they're doing this facial recognition thing.
Yeah. They don't have that in America, so
That
don't have that in America,
facial
so.
recognition thing
Yeah.
can shut you down.
Yeah.
Can shut you down based on where
Yeah,
you
it's social
are
credit score.
in the city, you know, and you're connected to that facial recognition.
Yeah, exactly.
And they're out of control.
Yeah.
But
And they tried to come up with a new Bible. You heard about that?
Yeah. And look at the crews. Look at these automated cars.
I used to work for that company.
Look at
The Waymo, the white one, I used to work for
Look at
them.
the autonomous cars, Cruise and Waymo.
Yeah, of course.
All of that is part of the progress.
Of course.
That's why they want no mechanical cars anymore. They want you to get in the car.
Well, yeah, they made a mandate already that they're not going to make any more electric or regular cars in 2035.
They
So
can shut down the car when
Of
they
course.
want to shut it down.
They're gonna have to-
take you where they want to take you.
Exactly.
Why are you buying a car that a computer controls? Are you
Exactly.
losing your mind?
because they can spy on you, they can control you,
Spy on
and that's why
you.
we believe it's a market beast because that
If I'm not
coincides
doing-
with all the
If
electronic
I'm not doing what you want
things.
me to do, and I'm driving down the highway, you can run me into a building.
Exactly.
if you don't want to let me out the car and set the car on fire,
Exactly.
I'm locked in.
Or take it to the police station, like,
right straight where you went, or take me to a shooting squad. I don't care. But boy, listen, to even see people get in a cruise car is beyond me.
listen, I used to drive them, so it's different me driving. I was never a
the
passenger.
The driving is the people who get it to learn the information.
Yeah, of course.
But like this car pulls up and you just
I
gonna
ain't gonna
get in.
lie.
and sit
Every time
down.
I was in them cars, I'm like, I would never get in this car without a driver. Ever.
I can't.
And I've heard
I
some
wouldn't
horror
even-
stories,
I
but
ain't gonna lie to you. I wouldn't even be the driver because they still got control over you.
nah, they don't. They don't.
They
I
can't
mean,
lock you out.
How?
Like
I'm in control.
No, you're driving in control, but this car is computerized.
Of course.
So if I want to disable your manual control,
No, I'm not controlling manually. The car's driving itself. But if I want to take over manually, I do that
That's
in
what
my
I'm saying.
seat.
Can they shut that down where you
Well,
you're just
Remotely?
yeah.
I'm pretty sure they could.
And that's what I'm saying.
Pretty sure they
So
could.
At the end of the day, you inside a trap, bro.
Listen, I don't work there no more, so
Yeah.
I ain't worried about it.
I can't
But
do it.
and that's why we believe the mark of the beast coincides with all the technological
Right.
advances. So the Sunday thing,
They're already
it-
putting chips in people's hands.
yeah, the
Yeah.
Neuralink with
Just do me
Elon
a favor
Musk?
and look up national Sunday law.
Yeah, we're gonna look it up. Like I said, I never heard it before. I never heard it
That
before.
sounds interesting.
Hey,
and it's
go
good
through it.
just to get there.
Yeah, go
get
through
that
it.
Yeah.
Go through it, and then get back with me. Let
Is
me
that gonna
know
be like a
the-
just the Catholic Church thing, or is that just
worldwide thing? A worldwide thing. And let me show you something.
just in religious purposes, though, just for the church aspect?
No, I just think it's going to be a way
Is that
of
gonna be the
life.
one world religion,
Yeah,
like
it's
the
gonna
New World
be a
Order
way
type
of
thing?
life. It's going to be a way of life.
Interesting. I can see that
You
though.
gotta
I can see
watch
that.
it. You got to read it. But
As far as the New World Order aspect, I can see them doing that.
look,
Sure.
Look at COVID. COVID was a test pilot.
Of course.
People think COVID
Absolutely.
was just a random thing.
Well, no, they
COVID
want to kill the population too.
not only kill the population, but they're testing when they martial law.
Absolutely.
This was not
Absolutely.
martial law in China. This wasn't martial law in
Yeah.
the U.S.
In
This
Africa,
was
none of that.
worldwide martial law.
Well, Africans weren't really doing it. A lot of people didn't get sick in Africa, quite as scared.
We're not
But-
talking about the getting sick, but we're talking about the
Yes,
institution
yeah.
of
The
of
restrictions, the
yeah.
restrictions. Yeah, I know what you mean. And I agree with that. Go ahead.
Now, verse 18, the 6 and 6. Here's wisdom. Let him that had understanding count the number of the beast. For it is the number of a man, and his number is 636.
So, well, we believe. I forgot about that. I'm glad you read that. So, the 666 is the number of a man. What does this have to do with? Like I said, the Bible is about. Yeah, give me the calculation. Oh, it's just 2 out of 3. 2 divided into 3. 2 divided into 3 is 666. But just in the biblical aspect, let's read this real quick, because it's all about the children of Israel. Because the next chapter is talking about the elect. So, the 666 has to do with 2/3 of the Israelites conforming to the image of the beast and receiving the mark of the beast. Read.
What verse? What's up, verse?
8. Verse 8.
This is Zechariah chapter 13, verse 8. And it shall come to pass that in all the land, saith the Lord, 2 parts therein shall be cut off and die.
2 parts of the third part is going to be cut off and die. It's going to explain. Read.
But the third shall be left therein. Verse 9. And I will bring the third part through the fire, and will refine them as silver is refined, and will try them as gold is tried. They shall call on my name, and I will hear them. I will say, it is my people, and they shall say, the Lord is my God.
So this is a future prophecy of what we referenced earlier, in Revelation 7, Revelation 14, because the lake of fire hasn't happened yet. We believe the lake of fire is America getting nuked to death. That's what we believe. That's why everything's stirred up over there, because we believe America's mystery Babylon is his mystery Babylon is going to be burned with fire. But we know ancient Babylon didn't get destroyed that way. Read that in Isaiah 13, Jeremiah 51, and a couple different other prophecies. So when it says the 2 parts are going to be cut off and die, it's talking about 2/3 of the Israelites in America are going to be subject to Babylon's ways, take the mark of the beast, believe in their ways, and not repent. So the 2/3 is the 66.6% of the Israelites die in America. Go ahead.
This is Romans 8 and 29. Let's start at 28. And we know all things work together for good to them that love God, to them who are called according to his purpose.
Read.
For whom he did foreknow, he also did predestinate to be conformed to the image of his son, that he might be the firstborn among many brethren.
So when we read the image of the beast, we believe the image of the beast is the doctrine that comes with white supremacy, the white Jesus. They rule everything. Like I said, you got to go to them for everything, which is a curse, obviously, in Deuteronomy 28. But the image of Christ is what? We follow after his steps, like it says in 1 Peter. You know what I mean? We try not to sin. We preach the gospel. We teach. We keep the law. You know what I mean? That's what the image of Christ. You're supposed to be under that, in reference to the image of, in contrary to the image of the beast. You know what I mean?
2/3 are not going to be
Exactly. The two-thirds are going to be predestined for the lake of fire. The 1/3 and the elect are going to be predestined to be followers of Christ. You know what I mean? That's our breakdown of it. And then Zechariah 13:8 is the precept that goes with the 666 aspect of Revelation. You know what I mean? So that's our understanding.
I was looking at your tribes while you were talking, and I was looking at the breakdown of the tribes, and it's just interesting.
The breakdown of the tribes. We can get to that next week if you want, brother. That's a deep breakdown. We can go into all that as well. And you say you're from the West Indies, right?
I was born in St. Vincent.
So you be a Benjamite for the most part.
That's what it says.
Yes, that's right. You an Israelite, brother. And like I said, you a powerful brother. You study. You know the information. Like I said, we agree on a few things. That's not a problem. Like I said, there's people in the Israelite community that don't agree with what we say, like I said as well. But that's not the main point. Our point is, our people repenting, keeping the laws of God. You keep the law for the most part. You know what I mean? And like I said, we can definitely dialogue, you know, as much as we can in the future as well. But let me close out with this. Read.
Sirach 23:27. And they that remain shall know that there is nothing better than the fear of Yahweh.
Read on.
And that there is nothing sweeter than to take heed unto the commandments of the Most High.
Read.
It is great glory to follow Yahweh,
Read.
and to be received of him is long life.
Yeah, that's our duty here, man. Teach the gospel, preach the word. We don't know. That's in the Apocrypha. That's in the Apocrypha. Ecclesiasticus, but it's Sirach. Yeah. Ecclesiasticus, but the writer is Sirach, the son of Jesus. Not the Jesus in the New Testament, but it's another Jesus. But the point of that verse, like I always love to read out that verse because that's our duty. Like I said, we got to bring our people back to the Most High, believe in Christ, the faith of Christ, keep the commandments, and like I said, bring others into the fold. Like I said, there's lost sheep that aren't in the fold that were in Jerusalem at that time. We're all scattered to the four corners of the earth, and obviously through the Spirit, us in San Francisco, there's people all over the world teaching this particular truth of the Israelites. Because, like I said before, the elect had to be sealed before anything else occurred. So what the church has been doing is going to Arabs and all. It's like they're not going to get it. It's not for them, honestly. There's not a problem with them believing in Jesus, but at the same time, if the elect's not going to be sealed, the end is not going to come. Christ is not going to return unless the elect is sealed. That's exactly what we're referencing when it says the four winds of the earth is not going to hurt the earth, because Christ is going to come back right when destruction comes, and the people are going to be safe from that destruction. That's what salvation is, literally. But definitely appreciate your time, Brother Chris. Like I said, we're going to be in touch. If you want to come eat with us, that's not a problem. But with that, we're going to close out. Give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh. We do so by Shem Mashiach Yahushua and say Shalom.
Shalom.